I unfortunately need to again remind our friends in the audience, and my friends on the other side of the aisle, my friends on my side of the aisle, I don't care, not even people, not even on an aisle or underneath it or whatever. Presidents can do very little to control gas prices. And Donald Trump has put out another one of these febrile screeds, although this one is just a single line statement talking about gas prices. Statement by Donald J. Trump. Breaking news, highest gas prices in history. Do you miss me yet? And Donald Trump wants to continue tricking his followers who don't know any better, and some of my followers also don't know any better, into thinking that the high gas prices we are seeing are Joe Biden's fault. Now, there's a bunch of different things that you have to consider when such a statement is made, and hopefully many of you understand what they are. The first part is it even true that we are seeing the highest gas prices in history? And the answer is yes, we are. The answer is yes, we are. Now, it's not inflation adjusted. If you wanted to do inflation adjustment, they are probably not the highest gas prices in history, but nominally speaking, we do have the highest gas prices in history right now. How high are they going to go? Economic predictions are usually worth what we pay for them, which is nothing, but people are talking about 520, which would be about an additional $1 per gallon or so from where we are right now. But the second question to be asked is this happening only in the United States, or is it happening around the world? If it's happening only in the United States, we would then be able to say, is it the fault of the president? If it's happening around the world, then we would have to question whether it's really Joe Biden's fault that gas prices are up. And of course, when you look around the world, you see that gas prices are up everywhere. Energy prices are generally up because of what's going on in Ukraine, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and the sanctions that have been placed on Russian oil, which is refined into gasoline, as well as on natural gas coming from Russia. So that's the situation. It's not just in the U.S., and it's not thanks to Biden, but I want to talk about what presidents can do that impacts gas prices. I want to mention, please, this is a perfect time to do it. This video is sponsored by Policy Genius. If you have someone that relies on your income, could be children, could be your business partner, you might want to look at life insurance. And when you sign up for life insurance, it can be a big feeling of relief knowing people you care about are covered. It's a lot simpler and more affordable than many people think, especially when you use Policy Genius. You just click the link in the description, policygenius.com/David Pakman Show. Answer a few questions very quickly. You'll be comparing personalized quotes from top companies to find the lowest price. Policy Genius is free to use. They take care of all the paperwork. They do not sell your information. You might have life insurance. You might not. Either way, you lose nothing by taking just a few seconds on Policy Genius to see if you can get better coverage for a better price. You could save 50% or more on life insurance comparing quotes on Policy Genius. Go to policygenius.com/David Pakman Show and get your life insurance quotes. See how much you could save. How can American presidents impact gasoline prices? Okay, 3 ways. Number one, if an American president declares war on an oil producing country, prices are going to go up. That's a direct way that an American president can impact oil prices. Look at the first Gulf War in the early 1990s. That's one way. Number two, the American president can change gasoline taxes. If you raise gasoline taxes, the price of gas goes up. If you lower gasoline taxes, the price of gas goes down. That's the second way an American president can change the price of gas. And number three, the American president can choose to release crude oil from what's called the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, the SPR. When you release oil from the SPR, in the short term, it will sometimes drop oil and therefore gas prices. It's not a lot, depending on where you look. It could be 12 cents. It could be 18 cents per gallon. Now, if the driver of the higher prices isn't actually a shortage of oil, releasing oil from the SPR it can end up being pretty futile. So this is a global situation. And I understand that if gas goes from $3 to $5 a gallon, not only does that affect people who commute to work, it also affects the cost of stuff because the trucking that moves it around the country is going to cost more. If you use oil to heat your home, that's going to be affected. There is no question that it is hugely impactful. It's just not Joe Biden's fault. And people very quickly lose credibility when they say it is. People putting these stickers of Biden saying, I did that on gas pumps. It's silly. You're not a serious person if that's what you're saying. The other aspect to this is gas is much cheaper in the U.S. than in Europe. It has been for a very long time. And part of that is that Europe taxes gas much more accurately when it comes to the total impact of a gallon of gas from an environment standpoint and fully. The U.S. has not taxed gas accurately. So even when gas goes up, it's still underrepresenting the real cost of a gallon of gas, which should make us think, hey, we should really be moving to renewables. And there is not nearly enough being done to push us in that direction. But come on, guys, it's not Biden's fault that gas prices are up.